Welcome everyone. Today I would like to present for you important information about category of students, which I believe that they are investment for all nations, and as teachers we should pay a strong attention for them. Let me first start my talking with a famous quote for George Orwell, who once said, "Myths that are believed and tend to become true." When we hear the word myth, the first thing come to our mind narrative or old stories such as Shakespeare's play King Arthur. But in fact, also in the field of education, gifted students have been surrounded by some myths which could destroy their giftedness. The belief on these myths between teachers can lead to make these myths become true. Therefore, the title of this presentation is Mythology Surrounding Giftedness. This presentation is designed in hope to help explore how these myths affect gifted students. This slide shows the outline of this presentation. It will firstly be the introduction for each myth. After that, it will discuss how and why each one emerged. Thirdly, it will discuss the effects of the three myths on gifted students. Fourthly, it will offer a rebuttal for each myth. Finally, it will be the conclusion. Let us now start with the first myth. Myth 1 is saying that the gifted and talented constitute one single homogeneous group, and giftedness is a way of being that stays in the person over time and experience. I would like to divide this myth into two parts. The first part is the gifted and talented homogeneous group. The second part is giftedness is a way of being that stay in the person over time and experience. The first part means people believe that gifted students have one traits and no variation in their abilities and personality. In another word, they look like each other's. The second part means that when people believe giftedness stays, this leads to the idea that giftedness could not be developed and it is fixed. If teachers tend to believe in this myth, it can lead to many negative effects on gifted students. However, let us now ask how and why has this myth emerged in the first place? Firstly, this myth emerged in the early years of the 20th century. It is based on the notions that giftedness is associated with high IQ. So people believe that giftedness should be measured by traditional methods such as IQ test. Also, old assumptions between parents and educators have fostered this myth. For example, that all gifted students have scholastic ability. That means that they should show high performance in school subjects. Finally, this myth emerged because some teachers, they may not consider many effects such as hunger, poverty in family environment, or lack of stimulation in school environment, which can hide their giftedness, and as a result, many of students not classified as gifted. If teachers tend to believe in this myth, so what are the effects of this myth on gifted students? If this myth said that gifted students are one group, therefore it does not look to the several domains of giftedness. In fact, gifted students can be gifted in arts or in leadership areas. So this myth look at all gifted students that they have the same personality or traits and no variation in their abilities. Secondly, it does not consider the different understanding of giftedness in several societies and cultures. For example, Latino kids are gifted in having amazing survival skills and may not show good performance in IQ tests. And these 2 points will lead teachers who believed in this myth to limit the number of gifted students who should be involved in special classes and prevent them from receiving their needs. Furthermore, this myth does not take into account the environmental factors, which include culture, teachers, family, curriculum, and peers, which have been mentioned in current studies such as Gainey's differentiated model of giftedness and talented. Therefore, teachers may not encourage to do extra efforts because of the belief on this myth that giftedness could not be developed even with a positive environment because it is something fixed at birth. Despite these negative effects, however, Bittig 2009 argues that this myth can affect gifted students positively. They can be grouped together based on a test score such as IQ tests. They will be free from peer pressure, and that can lead them to gain advanced academic and social skills. As a result of my analysis, this myth is clearly false. Therefore, let us move to the next slide. Since I divided the myth into two parts, then it comes in sense to divide my rebuttal for this myth into two parts. Rebuttal for the first part is: Rees and Brinzoli 2009 emphasized that this myth is potentially dangerous and false myth. They state that there is nothing like a single homogeneous group of gifted students. They are diverse and varied group, which means that there is no one pattern for them, as some people believe, because they vary in traits and characteristics, and they are different in their abilities and potential. Furthermore, they vary in their traits based on various factors such as culture factors or whether a student is achieving or underachieving. My rebuttal for the second part is, well, I believe that the best rebuttal of this part is Gainey's DMGT model, which considers that gifts can be developed into talents by providing gifted students a chance to develop their natural abilities into talents through important factors such as environmental and interpersonal factors. For example, increasing motivation by giving students a challenging environment or work experience can give a chance for interpersonal catalysts to be motivated in these students. That can lead to discover and develop their talents. So it is clear that the DMGT model can provide an effective evidence that giftedness is developed. It is not something fixed at birth.